Doomed or just in turmoil? The Chinese economy is facing an uncertain future. As protests escalate, the government struggles to maintain control, and GDP growth projections are revised to 4.3%. Join us as we explore the real estate crisis, foreign policy tensions, and banking issues plaguing the world's second largest economy, and the potential impact on your finances. Step into a world of financial uncertainty, where one misstep can lead to bankruptcy. But fear not, as our channel Bankruptcy is here to guide you through the tough times and secure your financial future. Subscribe now, and let's get started. The Chinese economy is facing turmoil, with growing protests and a struggling government causing revised GDP growth projections of 4.3% for 2022. The potential collapse of the world's second largest economy raises concerns about its global impact and personal finances. Let's consider some of the components that have led to the economic decline. The real estate market in China has been on decline since last year, beginning with the debt default of Evergrande. The rules for loan requirements were tightened to rein in the over-indebted developers, yet this has not resolved the issue. Other developers such as Xinmao, Sunac, and China Holdings have also had difficulty in setting their obligations. This sign of excessive debt is threatening to bring the entire sector, which is responsible for almost 30% of China's GDP, to its knees. To help the sector, the loan market quoted rate was cut down by the regulators. Local governments have also been given guidance to adjust their real estate policies according to their needs. For instance, some places, including Shanghai, have relaxed their purchase restrictions on home buyers, while Tier 1 and 2 cities have lowered mortgage rates. These local government policies are often utilized to either stimulate or dampen real estate activity. Although these steps will ease some of the major indicators, like house sales and prices, they do not necessarily address the major problems that developers face due to too much debt. It's like throwing water onto a wildfire. Many developers are struggling to make payments due to the COVID-19 lockdowns and diminishing demand. The solutions do not fix the underlying issues behind excessive property development. So, the real estate sector in China continues to worsen, with new developments making things even worse. This started with the default of Evergrande real estate, and it has snowballed into a bigger crisis. One by one, the pillars of the Chinese property cycle have been tumbling down. Not only are homebuyers refusing to pay their mortgages, but the bonds of developers have also been falling. People are now threatening to stop their mortgage payments for unfinished projects, and this movement has gotten big enough for Beijing to take notice. In China, most houses are sold through pre-sale, with mortgages beginning months or even years before the building is finished. But with projects slowing down due to the pandemic and liquidity issues following soon after, it looks like developers may not be able to keep their promises. The list of projects has increased from 30 to more than 300, and the risk of payments is estimated to be as much as $350 billion if everyone defaults. This has the potential to be far worse than the Evergrande disaster, and Beijing is already censoring the movement to prevent destruction. However, it is already spreading quickly as it continues to feed itself. If the real estate market makes up 30% of China's GDP, the consequences of people defaulting on payments could be catastrophic. The Evergrande crisis affected the American markets. So, how could this Chinese crisis affect your investments? The message that China's economy is doomed has been spreading throughout the world. The CCP has been so worried that it has brought out tanks to try and stabilize the situation. What does this economic collapse of such a powerful economy mean for the rest of the world? And how could it impact your finances? The leading cause of the decline is the real estate market. Home buyers are furious that their properties are not finished, despite having paid for them in full. Developers have resorted to bartering to sell homes, and regulations have been applied to stimulate sales. Yet, developers are still struggling to make payments, and more people are joining the movement to stop their mortgage payments for unfinished projects. Beijing is aware of this and is taking action to prevent havoc. The second issue is China's aggressive foreign policy, which has angered its partners and caused tension with the US. The US has warned China not to miscalculate, and has even suggested that any attempt to invade Taiwan will result in military action. This type of speculation and heightened tension is not good for the Chinese economy, as other countries do not have full faith in Beijing's policy. The third problem is the banks. Small local banks in Hunan have been deceiving their customers, and one investor ran away with $6 billion of depositors' money. The risk of a bank run is increasing, and if trust between the citizens and the banks is not restored soon, it could push China's financial sector into a dangerous abyss. The Chinese economy is facing a turbulent future, with protests, government struggles, and revised GDP growth projections of 4.3%. We have explored the real estate crisis, foreign policy tensions, and banking issues that are plaguing the world's second-largest economy, and their potential impact on your finances. That's all for today. Thank you for watching this episode of Bankruptcy. If you want to stay ahead of the game and secure your financial future, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. Until next time, take care and stay informed.